But IdrA, with this many expansions, he has taken every single expansion that is not taken by drewbie except 1. And 2. Except 2. But with that map control, that many expansions, he's just going to macro up as he's always been doing it. Yeah. Personally, I'm just as frustrated as IdrA is because nobody is doing anything to anyone. Looks like drewbie has successfully secured this expansion. drewbie says I love Terran. It's true because they can just bunker up and tank up and hold a position for as long as they want. And IdrA is going to try to move into his natural, but I don't think this is enough forces to deal with 2 bunkers filled with marauders and a tank and a planetary fortress. We shall see. Oh, it looks like those SCVs are being pulled off the line to repair this planetary fortress, and with the reinforcements coming in, IdrA is forced to retreat. All that's been happening is just constantly attack and retreat and attack and retreat, and they've just been in a stalemate. If there's been one thing that happened, it's that drewbie gained more ground, which is not good for IdrA. Since IdrA is going to constantly pump up these forces, you would have thought IdrA would have done a tech switch by now. He perhaps should have gone to Brood Lords or something of the sort, but I don't think this is going to do anything to any of the players. I'm sure IdrA is just as frustrated as drewbie and me. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, this is a long macro game. I mean, we all know that IdrA is a big macro player, but this game has been going on for longer than half an hour. This is quite crazy. Look at the Terran player. He's macroing up just like the Zerg player. It's a sight to see. Oh, drewbie did get a scan down on the IdrA's main forces, so he knows what's coming. Taking a look at the units lost, IdrA has so many more units lost, of course, because he's Zerg, than the Terran player, and more resources, but that's made up with his map control and so many expansions, so that's where the stalemate comes from. IdrA trying to destroy these rocks on the east side. Meanwhile, drewbie constructing 2 command centers at the bottom. His bulk of main forces are right here, bottled up, waiting to move out. Bulk of IdrA's forces. Oh, that scan almost going down right on them. drewbie's using those scans very well, trying to see where and what IdrA has. Unit composition. And, ooh, looks like drewbie is going to move out with that force, but he is going to move back once he sees that these command centers are doomed. Oh no, there were rocks here, so these rocks are going to protect drewbie long enough for his forces to know. Perhaps he's not going to be confronting IdrA's forces. At least he hasn't moved them to protect these command centers yet. He's building 2. Either he should cancel or meet IdrA's forces, or here they come. Yes, here they come. And those speedlings are going to try to run and snipe this SCV or command center, but bulk of drewbie's forces. Oh, and they are all getting stimmed and trying to take out this massive Ultralisk force, but I don't think with all these Medivacs and Thors, these Ultralisks are going to be enough to take out the Terran massive ball of units. And yes, IdrA is forced to retreat, and drewbie is is slowly gaining his foothold on the map. Now it's about half-half if you look at it. IdrA has creep over the entire north half of the map. drewbie complained that he wanted to use the cannons on the Thors. And IdrA is slowly being pushed back. And drewbie's gaining those expansions, which is exactly what he needed. But IdrA, he's quite angry. He can't do anything. But oh, he is going to. The drewbie is going to move out against IdrA's forces. But they are. Oh, and fungal growth going down on drewbie's units. Perhaps these ultralisks will just be enough to take out. No, the tanks coming in to demolish the ultralisks. That was a huge hit for IdrA. drewbie just annoying IdrA with his comments. And yes, IdrA is forced to cancel that hatchery. drewbie did lose a lot of forces, but he does need to move out right now. While IdrA does not have a lot of forces. With that, he could probably take out the gold, which isn't gold anymore because it's been mined out. This base and this base. If he just plows through north right now, but looks like drewbie isn't going to take that risk. He is going to macro up more units if he can, that is. He is going to maynard these drones over to the new command center. He needs more minerals. Yes, he is going to fly that up there because all his bases except this one has been mined out, so he needs these two bases. And looks like drewbie is going to move out again, take out this hatchery. But he is retreating for some reason. And oh, he did see that bulk of IdrA's forces were moving out to attack his mining base, so he probably does want to confront them. And these Spielings are going to get surrounded on. No, almost. Not a great fungal growth going off there. Infestor dying. There just aren't enough Zerg units to deal with these many units, and especially these medivacs are just flying overhead because Zerglings and ultralisks obviously cannot do anything. You can see, look, drewbie, all he has to do is just lift up that command center. He did build a planetary fortress here, but I'm not sure if he can. Are there reinforcements? Yes, there are reinforcements coming, and with those reinforcements, they should be able to protect this planetary fortress. Those SCVs going to repair them. Here come the reinforcements with the medevacs and the tanks and the Marauders and Marines to easily take out this attempt of destruction on drewbie's mining base. Taking a look at the units, looks like IdrA does have more forces, not a lot, but more compared to. I mean, drewbie has more forces compared to IdrA. They still don't have a lot, but let's take a look at the production tab. This has gone for so long. IdrA needs to macro up right now. He needs to spend all the money. He needs to get all the money he can get and spend them on units so he can make some kind of dent on drewbie's bases. Because look, now drewbie has just turtled up and well, not turtled up, but yeah, drewbie's saying he just doesn't need to attack because he gained map control. Look, the north half of the map is basically drewbie's now, and IdrA, he actually has lost a lot of map control he had. I mean, look at the creep on the minimap. It's on the north half, but the bottom half is just blue. Do you actually feel any satisfaction? IdrA is not happy with this match. With this long turtle match. It's kind of funny. Drewbie's just, you know, trying to. Well, I guess I shouldn't say he's trying to toy with IdrA because nobody would like to do that. But he's just chilling out, I guess. He's not doing much. Now, if you compare the units lost, even if you consider that IdrA is Zerg, by now he has lost quite a few more units than more than double his unit the unit count almost triple.